Welcome back to Abide, letter number 2, episode 2. Dear, rooted and grounded in love. Just to recap on our last letter, we talked about what it means for Christ to make his home in our hearts. That Christ may dwell in your hearts through faith. Dwell in Greek means to settle down, to make a permanent home. It's not just a temporary visit. Paul is praying that Christ will become the controlling presence in your lives. And this only happens through faith, not by human effort, but by trusting Christ's presence and work within. It means the center of who you are, your thoughts, your desires, will, and faith. It's a place inside of you where you decide what to trust, hold your deepest beliefs, and experience love and relationship with God. So when Paul prays for roots to grow, he's talking about something happening in that inner space, your spiritual core. Today, we're going to explore what happens next when our roots start growing down deep in God's love. Ephesians 3:17 says that you, being rooted and grounded in love. Paul here uses two metaphors. Rooted, that's agricultural, right? Like a tree drawing nourishment from the soil of God's love. Grounded, now that's architectural, like a building resting on a strong foundation. Being rooted and grounded in love here in this verse refers to both God's love for us and the love we show to others, which flows from his love. Now, let's dissect this a little bit more. Let's start with rooted, because Paul isn't just being poetic here. He's actually describing the twofold stability of the Christian life, growth and strength. Like I mentioned before, rooted, it's agricultural. The Greek word here is rhizo, meaning to cause to take root or to become firmly fixed. Picture a tree whose roots reach deep into the earth, drawing nourishment, stability, and life from the soil. Now, let's talk about where the roots go deep into the earth. We just said nourishment, stability, and life. Nourishment. Love is the soil that sustains spiritual life. Just as a tree can thrive in a barren ground, a believer cannot grow apart from love, both receiving God's love and showing it to others. Stability. Deep roots keep a tree from being blown over by storms. The same goes for when your life is rooted in God's love. Outside pressures like hardship, temptations, rejection can easily uproot you. Fruitfulness. A well-rooted tree naturally bears fruit. When love is your foundation, Christ-like characters grows naturally. Paul uses the same word elsewhere. In Colossians 2:7 says, being rooted and built up in him and established in the faith. It's about deep internal growth, unseen, but is very important. Now, let's go to the word grounded. This is architectural. It's a Greek word meaning to lay a foundation. Picture a strong building resting on a solid base. The foundation, the strength of any structure, depends on what is built upon. Integrity. A poor foundation leads to collapse under pressure. Love, genuine self-giving love, keeps the structure of your life stable and aligned with God's purpose. Community. Buildings are often joined with stones or bricks. The same way goes for love is what holds believers together as a spiritual house. So, grounded in love refers to the stability of a life constructed on love, not emotion or self-interest, but the steady, sacrificial love of Christ as the basis for all actions and relationship. Then, what are these both metaphors? Okay, Paul pairs rooted and grounded purposely. A tree grows upward from deep roots, symbolizing spiritual strength. A building stands firm on a strong base, and this symbolizes spiritual stability. Together, they describe a life that's both alive and unshakable because its source and foundation are the same, the love of God. So, how can you apply roots of love in your heart? Number one, recognize what your heart is rooted in. Every heart has roots, things we draw life and meaning from. For some, it's approval, success, finances, security, relationships. These can nourish us temporarily, but they can't sustain deep spiritual life. So ask yourself, what gives me my sense of worth or stability? When I'm shaken, what do I run to? If it's not the love of Christ, those roots will eventually dry out or break. The first step is to recognize and replant, to root your sense of identity and purpose in the reality that you are loved unconditionally by God. We love because He loved us first. Number two, let God's love sink deep. Roots don't grow instantly. They push slowly and steadily into the soil. The same is true for your heart. You let God's love sink in through spiritual practices that remind and reinforce His presence. How? Meditating on Scripture. Read verses about God's love. Don't rush. Dwell on them until they move from your mind to your heart. Read Ephesians 3:17-19, Romans 8:38-39, and John 15. Prayer of openness. Pray not just with requests, but with surrender. Lord, let your love take deeper root in me. Silence and reflection. Spend time simply being aware of God's presence and love, not trying to do anything. Put on some instrumental worship music and walk in the park. Sit in your car. Just pause for a moment and allow the Holy Spirit to come into that space. When the heart knows it's loved, fear, shame, and striving begin to lose their grip. Now let's stop here for a moment. When the heart knows its love, fear, shame, and striving begin to lose their grip. That line captures one of the deepest spiritual truths of the Christian life. When your heart truly knows, not just intellectually, but that you have experienced it, that you are loved by God unconditionally, something inside begins to settle. The roots of your soil find solid ground. Why? Number one, fear loses its grip. Fear often whispers, you're not safe, you'll be rejected, you'll fail, you're a nobody, you don't belong in this world, nobody loves you. But when your heart rests in God's love, you realize, I'm already fully accepted in Christ. 1 John 4:18 says, there is no fear in love, but perfect love casts out all fear. God's love gives security. You don't have to perform to earn it or hide to keep it. When love is your root, you can live courageously, not because life gets easier, but because you know whose you are. I have to repeat that again, because sometimes we hear it and it stays there. It needs to go all the way down to your heart. When love is your root, you can live courageously, not because life gets easier, but because you know whose you are. You know who you belong to. Number 2, shame loses its voice. Shame says, you are unworthy. You are a mistake. You don't belong here. But love says, you are chosen. You are redeemed. You are mine. When Christ dwells in your heart, His presence redefines your identity. You're no longer the sum of your failures. You're the beloved of God. And when that truth takes root, shame cannot thrive in that soil. Psalms 34:5 says, those who look to Him are radiant. Their faces are never covered with shame. Love doesn't deny your past. It transforms how you see it. Instead of hiding, you begin healing. Can we repeat that again? Love doesn't deny your past or point fingers at you. It transforms how you see it. Instead of hiding, you begin healing. Number 3, striving begins to rest. Many of us live in this constant striving, an attempt to obtain something all the time, trying to prove our worth through performance, success, or approval. But when your heart is grounded in love, you no longer work for love, you work from love. You stop chasing what you already have, God's full acceptance. Then peace replaces pressure, obedience becomes joyful, not exhausting, service becomes overflow, not obligation. There's a shift that happens when love takes root. Your spiritual posture even changes. Before love, fearful striving. After love, peace abiding. Before love, hiding in shame. After love, living in acceptance. Before love, seeking approval. After love, resting in grace. Before love, controlling outcomes. After love, trusting God's care. That's the transformation Paul is describing in Ephesians 3:17. Christ making His home in your heart until love becomes the atmosphere you breathe. Let's try something real quick. I need you to do this when you feel fear, shame, or a struggle comes up. You breathe in. I am loved by God. And you breathe out. I have nothing to fear. Root me deeper, Lord, in your love until nothing else defines me. Over time, repeating this over and over, the truth becomes not just something you believe, but something you know in your bones. Again, when the heart knows is loved, fear, shame, and struggle begin to lose their grip. Now going back to, how can I apply roots of love in my heart? Number 3, let love be your foundation for decisions. To be grounded in love, that love becomes your starting point, the foundation beneath every thought, word, and action. Ask before acting out or speaking, am I building this moment on love or an ego? Is this choice rooted in fear, pride, or compassion? We are so quick to speak, the first feeling that comes out of us. And love is what's supposed to control the way we act out and the way that we speak out. This shifts your focus from reacting to responding in love. You're not reacting anymore. You're responding in self-control love. Over time, that foundation makes your heart steady and your relationship healthy. Number 4, grow outward. Express the love you're rooted in. A healthy tree doesn't just absorb, it also bears fruit. When your roots are deep in love, it shows in how you forgive others more easily, show patience when it's hard, serve without expecting recognition, and see people through the lens of grace, not judgment. Love becomes not just something you feel, but something you live from. Are you understanding what's happening here? That's the heart of a Christian transformation. Love isn't meant to stay as a passing emotion you feel during worship or a moving moment. It becomes the source you live from, the very atmosphere of your heart. From the abundance of your heart, the mouth speaks. This is the feeling love versus living from love. Feeling love is wonderful. It's that warmth when you sense God's presence or when someone treats you kindly. But living from love goes deeper. It means love becomes your default operating system, the well you draw from in every situation. You don't act out, you dig deep. When you're living from love, your reactions, words, and choices are no longer ruled by insecurity, fear, pride, or ego. They flow from a heart that's already full. So if your heart is filled with love, rooted and grounded in it, that's what's going to overflow. Now, you want to know what living from love looks like? This is number 2. Living from love looks like this: peace instead of pressure. You stop trying to prove your worth. You already know you're loved, so you can rest even while you work. Kindness instead of defensiveness. When someone hurts you, you don't react from a place of being hurt. You respond from wholeness, not from woundedness. You can say, I am secure in who I am, and I can love even when it's not returned. Forgiveness instead of bitterness. When you're rooted in love, you can forgive. Not because the pain doesn't matter, but because love gives you freedom from being controlled by it. Generosity instead of scarcity. You're not afraid of running out, emotionally, spiritually, or materially. You know love replenishes what it gives away. Number 3, how love becomes a way of living. Love becomes a lifestyle through abiding. Abide in my love. Again, if you need a recap and you haven't heard to episode 1, the word abide means to remain, stay, and dwell. Just like a branch stays connected to the vine, we stay connected to Christ, our source of life and love. Here's how to practice that. Stay connected to Him daily. Start and end your day aware of God's presence. You're probably going to say, but when? When do I have time? I feel like my whole day is just jam-packed. Get up early. Get up 10 minutes early. Make the sacrifice. 10 minutes is all He's asking for. You can't do it in the morning? Do it at night. Give him those 10 minutes. Pause before reacting. Ask, what would love do right now? Let love reshape your motives. Instead of asking, what do I get? Ask, how can I give or reflect love here? The more you practice this, the more natural it becomes. Like the way a tree doesn't try to bear fruit, it just does because its roots are healthy. We need a healthy heart. Your heart needs to be healthy. Number 4, living from love, living like Christ. To live from love is to live like Jesus. Everything he did, healing, teaching, forgiving, flowed from the Father's love. John 15:9 says, as the Father has loved me, so I have loved you. Abide in my love. His actions weren't motivated by fear, obligation, or performance. They were rooted in love that overflowed. He invites you into that same way of being. That's what Paul meant when he prayed for believers to be. And to know the love of Christ that surpasses knowledge, that you may be filled with all the fullness of God. That's Ephesians 3:19. A heart so saturated with love that it overflows naturally. Changes your entire spiritual posture. Instead of living from love, you live from love. Instead of chasing satisfaction, you're overflowed with divine abundance. When you are full of God's presence, you love without fear of running out. You serve without resentment. You forgive without keeping score. You walk through suffering with peace because love anchors you. You begin to mirror the heart of Christ, not perfectly, but increasingly, because his life fills every corner of yours. You're probably asking, how can my heart be grounded and rooted in this love that you're talking about? I'm going to tell you right now. Ready? Number 1, rooting your heart. Dig deep into God's love. Think of your heart as a tree. Roots draw nourishment from the soil. The soil here is God's love. But wait, let's stop here for a moment. The soil here is supposed to be God's love. But what if it isn't? What other foundations or soil is your heart growing in? Remember I said your heart had to be healthy? Well, what's keeping it unhealthy? Number 1, always asking and needing approval from others. Many hearts root themselves in praise, recognition, popularity. And what's the problem here? They're unstable. People change. Opinions shift. And the results? Your branches may grow outward looking, but the roots are shallow, fear and insecurity. I must perform well to be loved. This is a bad foundation. What other soil can your heart be growing in? Number 2, material security. Money, possessions, career success, or comfort can seem like your soil is being nourished, but what's the problem? These are temporary and external. And what's the result? The heart may feel strong in good times, but storms like loss, failure, sickness exposes the weakness. If I had enough, I would be safe and happy. The leaves may look healthy, but roots are shallow. What other soil? Number 3, self-worth or achievement. Talent, intelligence, moral performance, or accomplishments. What's the problem? The heart ties its value to what it does, not who it is. And what's the result? Constant struggle, constant striving, fear of failure, and shame dominates. I must be good enough to matter. Roots never go deep. The heart remains restless. Number 4, other people, romantic or family ties. Some hearts root in relationships, love, and loyalty from others. What's the problem? Very simple. People are human, and people are going to fail you. What's the result of this? Emotional stability depends on someone else's behavior. The heart can't wither with rejection or loss. If they love me, I thrive. If not, I fall. Leaves may flourish temporarily, but storms uproot it easily. Number 5, pleasure, escapism, or addiction. Substance, entertainment, hobbies, or distraction can feel like soil at first. What's the problem here? They're artificial substitutes, temporarily. Results? Heart may seem full, but it lacks life. Deep growth is blocked. But this makes me feel alive. But the roots never reach the true life source. Anything other than God's love can feel like soil, a great foundation temporarily. It may even grow leaves or fruits for a while, but it cannot truly nourish the heart, especially in storms. Only God, unconditional, eternal love provides the deep, sustaining nutrition for resilience, peace, and fruitfulness. Paul's point in Ephesians 3:17-19, let your heart's roots go deep into the soil of God's love, because anything else is shallow, unstable, or temporary. Now, going back to how can my heart be grounded and rooted in this love, we said number 1 is rooting your heart. Dig deep into God's love. Number 2, grounding your heart. Build a stable foundation. Grounding is like the foundation of a building. It keeps the tree upright through storm. Love becomes your foundation when it shapes how you think, choose, and act. Let's talk about practical ways to be grounded in God's love. A, anchor your identity in God's love, not performance. Instead of asking, am I enough? Remind yourself, I am loved by God. That is enough. B, let love guide your decisions. Pause and ask, will this choice honor God's love for me and others? Let love, not fear, ego, or stress, be your compass. C, practice gratitude and surrender. Thank God daily for His love. Surrender control over areas where fear and struggle takes over. D, abide in Christ. Daily connection with Jesus, prayer, reading, reflection. Let His love flow steadily into your life. Grounded love stabilizes you. When life shakes you, you don't wobble. You stand firm because your foundation is unshakable. How can my heart be grounded and rooted in this love? Number 3, combining roots and ground. When your heart is rooted and grounded in love, 2 things happen here. When you're rooted, you're nourished and strengthened internally. When you're grounded, you are resilient externally. When you're rooted, you observe God's love and let it transform you. When you're grounded, you live confidently and peacefully regardless of your circumstance. When you're rooted, you bear fruit naturally. Kindness, patience, forgiveness, all of this comes out. When you are grounded, you withstand trials without falling apart. Paul's vision, our hearts so deeply immersed in God's love that it overflows naturally, sustaining both yourself and those around you. Being rooted and grounded in God's love isn't a one-time event. It's a daily thing that you have to do. The more you practice receiving and living from His love, the more your heart becomes a tree with deep roots and a building with strong foundation, alive, stable, and overflowing. I know you're going to say, Sio, I've been listening to you for a while and you keep saying the same thing. Like, I need to do this every day. This is daily. Yes, it is. You know why? Because this is a lifestyle. The same way that you get up every single morning to go to work, that's a routine, right? You get up every single, let's say for the people who do exercise, you get up every morning to go to the gym or to do exercise in your home. You want your body to be strong, or you eat healthy every single day. That's a lifestyle that you are investing in to make your body healthy. How is our heart going to be healthy if we don't pour into it? It's a daily thing. Because if you mess up one day eating, if you don't go to the gym one day, you kind of struggle to get back into it. That's the same thing with the heart. You have to keep replenishing it every single day. How do we act with this heart grounded and rooted in love when storms come? Every tree faces storms. Every life does too. But being rooted doesn't mean avoiding the wind. It means being held steady through it. When the rain falls, roots don't panic. They drink. Listen to this carefully. When the rain falls, roots don't panic. They drink. When the ground shakes, roots don't give up. They dig deeper. Maybe you're in a season right now where it feels like the winds are strong. Remember this. Your strength isn't in how tall you stand. It's in how deeply you're rooted. And God's love is the soil that never lets go. My roots, your roots, are in God's love, not in what's happening around you. Stand firm. Don't panic. Keep abiding in God and let God keep abiding in you. You respond from love, not fear. A grounded heart doesn't react impulsively in crisis. It responds with clarity and compassion. Our heart grounded and rooted in love faces storms with trust, steadiness, and fruitfulness. It doesn't crumble when fear or loss, uncertainty hits. It bends, absorbs nourishment from God's love, and continues to radiate love outward. Over time, train your heart to draw from love, not fear. Okay, let's slow down for a minute. Breathe in. Imagine your heart as a quiet sanctuary. Here, God abides within you, drawing you into His eternal presence. Like roots drinking deep from within streams, your soul is nourished and strengthened from the inside out. When life storms rage around you, His presence is your stillness, your courage, your anchor. Love is no longer something you chase. It's the very life flowing through you, shaping every thought, every word, every act. Let His fullness fill you, saturate you, expand you until your heart becomes a vessel of grace, patience, and joy. Let Him abide in you, and let His love dwell so deeply that it steadies your step, illuminates your path, and whispers into your soul, I am with you, I am in you, you are mine. Thank you for joining me today. If this message spoke to you, I'd love for you to share it. Maybe with someone who's going through a hard season and needs to be reminded that they are firmly rooted in God's love. Next time, we'll talk about what happens when these roots make us strong. How God loves gives us strength to stay firm and grow. Until then, stay rooted, stay loved, and make this word abide be felt in your life. With love, Co.